Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Tally Girl, and we are back with another video. So today's video is going to be one that I've been thinking about doing for a while, and I honestly have not done it, which is my most worn polishes. So if you guys want to see the polishes that I have worn the absolute most, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so if you guys don't know, I have been collecting nail polish since 2018, so it's been a couple years, and I wanted to share with you guys some of my most used polishes. Now, I have not had all of these polishes the whole entire time I've been collecting nail polish, but I've had the polish I'm going to show you today, which is 7 polishes. I've had them for a long time, and I was sure to pick polishes that have a low fill line because I have used it a lot. Rather, like, so for example, I didn't include any minis because those get significant fill lines pretty fast after only like 1 or 2 uses. I made sure not to pick any polishes that had difficult formulas or that needed like 3 or more coats, because those are going to show a heavier fill line or a lower fill line without me having used them a lot. So the fill lines that you guys are about to see on these polishes are because I have worn them multiple times, and I really love them. Some of them I mention frequently on this channel. You guys have probably already guessed some of them that I'm going to show you today, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So firstly, I have some toppers. Now with toppers, of course, they get used a lot because you can just put them over top of any polish and change up your look. So I have worn some of these, I probably would say like 20 or 30 times. They have a lot of wear on them, even though you're only putting like 1 coat over top of whatever your base polish is. So the first one, you guys probably already know what it is, and it is China Glaze Fairy Dust. So go ahead and get into this fill line. It is just right above the China Glaze letters on the bottle. So Fairy Dust is a topper. It's a clear base and has a super fine, okay, I can mess up the the fill line now. I've been taking care of these polishes and making sure like not to tip them over or anything like that. They've been sitting upright since I pulled them out so I could show you guys the fill line. But I showed you guys the fill line on this one already. So it has these silver glitters in there that are actually holographic. So they shift on the nails, and this topper just adds a chef's kiss little sprinkle of holographic sparkle to any polish you add this on top of. And I really love this one. It's so versatile. If I could recommend just one topper to anybody, it would be this one, which is China Glaze Fairy Dust. Next up, I have a Fairy Dust sister, and this one is called Golden Enchantment. So as you guys can see, I have not used this one as much, but you can see it's right at the top of that China Glaze symbol, which I wonder what that symbol means, by the way, or if that's just something they came up with. Oh, I just got it. This was a real moment right now. I think it's supposed to be a C and a G. I'm pretty confident about that. I'm probably going to look it up after I film this, but I think it's a C and a G together. That's what that is. Okay. I never like thought about that until this very moment, but yes, that's probably what that means. But anyway, it's at the top of that symbol. So this one doesn't have as much use as my Fairy Dust. 1, because I bought this one after, and 2, I tend to pull for the silver version just because I feel like it goes better with more polishes. Now the gold one comes in handy because some polishes have a more warm toned, and I feel like gold would go better with those polishes. But if I could only recommend one, I absolutely would think that most people like myself would get more use out of the silver version, which is Fairy Dust. But if you have Fairy Dust and you love it, I highly suggest getting the gold version as well, because both of these have been staples in my collection, and they've been polishes that I reach for quite often to take whatever base color I have on my nails to the next level. Okay, next up we have another China Glaze. China Glaze makes great glitters in my opinion, but this one is from their Halloween, or I'm sorry, not their Halloween, their Christmas collection. And you guys can kind of see the fill line, it is right there. It's kind of in the same place, like, no, this one's actually a little bit below that symbol. It's hard to see because there's a glitter stuck to the side of the bottle. But this one is called Resting Grinch Face. If you've watched any of my Christmas nail polish picks I always mention this one. And it's so sad that it is discontinued, but I love this. I mean, this just looks like Christmas lights. And this over top of a white or black is so pretty. I think last year I tried this over red and that was really pretty as well. But it just looks like Christmas lights. I mean, you have these beautiful glitters. There's red, there's blue, there's gold, there's green, and there's big hex glitters, and there's also micro glitters in those same colors. And then I don't think there's any holographic glitter in there. I think these are just metallic glitters. But I absolutely love this one. I wear this one every Christmas, and for this to have a fill line like this says a lot about this polish, because it's a seasonal polish. I only pull it out once a year, but I make sure I wear it every year. And I would have to say, with all of these polishes, I have worn them multiple times in a year. I know I have worn all of these polishes this year except one of them already. So these really are my most used. But yes, this one is called Resting Grinch Face from China Glaze. Next up, we're moving into our creams, and the first one I have, this is from Sinful Colors, and this one's called Endless Blue. So you guys can see that fill line right there. And this is a super saturated, bright cobalt blue, and I love this one. So this is the one I have not worn this year. I wanted to give it a break. I did wear it last year. I usually pull this one out for the summertime. But this polish is super beautiful. Opaque in 2 coats. It has an amazing formula, and this polish was so popular when like Simple Colors was at its height because of its price point, and then the amazing formula that this has. And a lot of people were looking for something to replace that Sally Hansen polish in the Pacific. Now this is not a dupe for in the Pacific, but people were searching for like that kind of like cobalt color, and this one was out at the time, and it was around the same kind of like color, in the same color family. But yeah, I love this one. Y'all know blue is my favorite color, one of my favorite blues, and I've worn this one a lot. So this is Sinful Colors Endless Blue. So next up we have an Essie shade, and this one is called Watermelon. So as you guys can see, we are into that E in the Essie logo. And with these square bottles, it's really hard with square bottles to actually like see a visible fill line. So for me to have one that's this low on this polish really proves that I wear a lot. I've had this polish in my collection for a super long time. I want to say like very early on. I would say this one and maybe Endless Blue, and then another one that I'm going to show you guys have been in my collection the longest. And this is just a beautiful kind of pinky reddy watermelon shade. I really like wearing this one during the spring. I wore this one this year and it's gorgeous. So it's opaque in 2 coats, amazing formula, and I really love this one. So the other polish in my collection that is probably amongst the oldest is this one, because you can't even get this like whole entire like line anymore. The brand just like stopped selling or discontinued this line. And this is the Wet n Wild Mega Last nail polish, and this one's in the shade On a Trip. So again, with square bottles, it's really hard to see that fill line, but as you guys can see, I have a pretty significant fill line, and this is the widest part of the bottle. So for it to be all the way down here, that means a lot. I love this. This is one of my favorite purples. I love that it's a purple, but you see that strong blue undertone. I wouldn't classify this as like an indigo or like that blurple kind of shade. I feel like this is a straight up purple, but it still has those beautiful blue undertones to it. And I like that it's not too light, it's not too dark. It's a very mid-tone shade of purple. I wore this this year with a topper, and it ended up being one of my favorite manis of the year so far. So I really like this one, obviously because it's one of my most worn, and it's gorgeous. So this is Wet n Wild On a Trip. Last but not least, I know some of y'all knew this one was coming. This is Orly, and this one is called Cakepop. So we are almost to the Orly logo. Almost. Now, if you guys know, or maybe you don't know, but I'm about to say it. Orly has one of the biggest bottles in the whole entire nail polish industry. It's 18 mils. Most polish bottles are anywhere from 13 to 15. So the fact that theirs is 18 is like crazy. And so for this bottle to be that big and this fill line is all the way down here, proves that I love this. And I've actually already worn this twice this year. This is just one of my go-to colors. And I don't know what I want to wear, I go to this. And I think, I want to say I got this at like TJ Maxx or something. I'm not entirely sure. But I love this. It's a beautiful, very light pink, but it has an amazing formula. Which is one of the things that I really like about it. And it just looks so like classy and elegant on your nails. And I really love this. I wear this one every single year, right along with the rest of them. And I love it. Like I said, I've already worn this twice this year. I would say Fairy Dust, I've worn more than one time this year for sure. And I've worn this more than one time this year for sure. And I just love it. Like, I talk about this polish so much on this channel. Y'all already knew what's gonna be in this video, but Cakepop is just so amazing and it's super beautiful. So this is Orly's Cakepop. All right, you guys, so those are my most worn polishes. I only had 7 to show you, but when your collection is as big as mine, I haven't recounted like how many actual nail polishes I have in a while, and I don't keep like an inventory type of thing or like an Excel spreadsheet or anything like that, but I know I probably have over 300. I can say that pretty confidently. So I don't get to rewear polishes a lot, definitely not twice in the same year, but these are really my favorites. These are ones that I really gravitate to and really utilize the most in my collection, and I was happy that I was able to share these with you guys. These polishes will probably be amongst some of the first ones I would try to replace if like my whole collection like disappeared. If I had to say top 3, I would say Cakepop, China Glaze, what is this called? I forgot. Oh, Fairy Dust. And I probably would say my Christmas glitter. I would try to find that, and hopefully somebody would be reselling it without like marking it up too much. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.